Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, welcome. I am grateful and honored to be sharing time and space with you. Um, my name is Rena, and I am going to talk to you today about the 11 most popular oils that Young Living has. Why I choose Young Living and why the person that invited you here today chooses Young Living. Um, I have been doing this for a living for quite a while, and people always come to me with two common factors. It's either they want to improve their health, physical health, or their emotional health. So we're going to kind of cover both of those and how oils can help you cover your physical health and your emotional health, or support your physical and emotional health, okay? A little background about why I started using Young Living oils and how I found them is that um, when my child, well, I was always kind of a hippie and kind of oiled and kind of had, like, yeah, hippie, like I used green things and tried to stay away from fake fragrances. We'll talk about why that's important. So, I had oils. I got them at the drugstore, not the drugstore. I got them at like a health food store, or I got them at a farmer's market for years and years. And I didn't know that they could have therapeutic benefits whatsoever. Like, I just assumed that they were great and that I liked the way that they smelled, and I used them. Lo and behold, years later, essential oils are everywhere. Like, they're at the dollar store, they're at Walmart, they're at Costco. You can order them from every company everywhere, basically has essential oils these days. Um, Let me be the first to tell you, if you didn't already know, that not all essential oils are created equally. Now, why is that important? Because some products out there are full of synthetic fragrances and synthetic ingredients. You do not want to put synthetic ingredients on your body, in your body, or inhale synthetic fragrances. I will drop a couple of links in this group to let you know why synthetic is terrible and why you don't want it anywhere near you or your family members. But just know that some of the ingredients in essential oils can be actually very harmful to you and your families and your pets. I'm sure we've all heard the stories or read the articles online. So we're going to cover, like I said, the 11 most popular oils that Young Living has, and why I choose, and why the person that invited you here today chooses Young Living. So, a little background about how I got started with Young Living essential oils specifically is that when our daughter was really young, she never ever slept. Like, she would sleep for maybe 20, 30 minutes at a time and then wake up and be awake for hours and days at a time. It was the worst. Um, and like mothers and friends and family, we share stuff. We share our wins, we share our fails, we share what works, we share what movie we like, we share great restaurants, we share everything. So I was over at my lovely friend's house, and she was like, "Hey, have you heard of essential oils?" I'm like, "Yeah, I use them all the time." She's like, "Well, have you heard of Young Living?" I'm like, "No. Tell me why that's amazing." She was like, "Well, we use this. We love it. It works for us. Do you want to try some? Here's a sample and a phone number for where you can get more when you're ready." I'm like, "Okay, that sounds wonderful. I'll take it and I'll try it." We took it home. We tried it. It worked. She slept for hours. I had to check her to make sure that she was still breathing. I was like, "That's awesome." So I tried it again, just making sure it was, not a once off and she figured out how to sleep or was so exhausted that she passed out for a couple of hours. Nope. Tried it again. Worked. It was awesome. Tried it again. Third time. Still worked. Well, that's even better. How do I get more? So I called my lovely friend, who surprisingly was someone that I should have known, which I didn't, and it was crazy. We grew up in towns like beside each other in Alberta. Little towns tend to be close. Like, our moms knew each other. She had a lot of the same friends I had, but I had never met her. So that was cool. I was like, "Sweet, you came from the same place I come from. We connected. It was great." She sent me some oils. It was lovely. I didn't really know what to do with any of the oils. All I wanted out of the box was the peace and calming, and kept using it and using it. And She was very similar to me. She had kids, young kids. She had recently just left her job, also, which I had just left my job being pregnant with our second child and not being able to return to work after he was born. So we had a lot in common. We stayed connected. It was great. Not long after that, after I got my starter kit, Mila contracted RSV, so that's my daughter, and I was pregnant with our son. They are just over a year apart, so I was tired, and she got really sick, and we ended up in the hospital. And I had my starter kit at home with my diffuser, and my husband came to the hospital with my stuff, and I plugged it in right away and started using oils on her and in our diffuser, because no doctor or nurse is going to tell a really pregnant lady what to do with a tired, sick, tiny human. Like, nope, we're just gonna. And it helped that I had worked there before, so they knew who I was. And I was like, nope, sorry, this is what's happening. And we were home like in 24 hours, which is crazy. Um, because she had pneumonia. So to get better from pneumonia in 24 hours is kind of unheard of, especially to be released from the hospital. So I was like, ooh, I want these. I need these. I'm never letting these go. So that's kind of the story about why I always have essential oils with me, and we use them all of the time. So what was I using in the hospital? That's like the miracle. So it comes with a sleeve. The sleeve comes off the box inside. The very first oil that we started using on her when she had RSV was there's 10 oils. I know we talked about 11. Was RC. So RC stands for respiratory care. All things respiratory care. So it smells really good. It has a bunch of eucalyptuses in it, not ellipticuses. Eucalyptuses in it. It works. You put it on. We use it year round. I use it when I run also because it really helps open the airway. It is an expectorant. So if you know what that means, it means it helps get the phlegm out. So if you have a phlegmy cough, it's great. But if you have a dry cough, you know, that persistent, just hacky little cough that never goes away, I wouldn't recommend using RC. I would recommend something else that helps really soothe those annoyed bronchioles. Okay, so RC works great for getting that gook out. The next oil that we were using, and I love, we still use every day, talking about immune support, right? We talked about things that people want to help better health with. Is one of them is immune support. The other one is like, physical stuff. So that's immune support, aches and pains, and then the emotional support. So mental clarity, spiritual stuff like that. Okay. So Thieves helps with immune support. It's even Health Canada approved that we can say it helps with immune support because it actually kills germs. Even if you have never heard of Young Living before, you've probably heard of Thieves or No Thieves or the Four Thieves. Like, it seems like every oil company out there has a Thieves-like blend. Thieves is actually trademarked, so nobody else can actually have just the word Thieves. So that's a Young Living oil. So Thieves came around back in the 15th century, or like the 1500s during the Black Plague. There is a legend that states that there were four thieves. So they were spice merchants and oil merchants that went around stealing from the dead and dying. So the king had them captured and said, divulge your secrets or we'll hang you. So they told what they were using. And Gary Young did some research and figured out what was in the blend. And it happens to be rosemary, cinnamon, clove, lemon, and eucalyptus. Do you guys know, like, you always see those pictures of like the 1500s with the guys with the big beaky masks? Those are like the doctors and the, not morticians, maybe that's what they're called, coroners, those guys. That was to help them stay healthy, to avoid the viruses and the bacteria and the plagues. So Health Canada says that we can say that this is antiviral, antibacterial. It helps kill mold spores, so all the things. Then, that being said, Young Living's customers wanted more things with thieves in it because it is that amazing. And they didn't want synthetic crap. So Young Living actually came out with non-synthetic crap that has this great germ killer in it. So like it gets rid of the germs on our clothes because we know, ew, things get on our clothes, things get in our mouths. Bacteria grows there all the time. So they came out with the toothpaste. They came out with the hand soap or dish soap. They have hand soap. They have the thieves cleaner. Why are these all amazing? Because they kill the bacteria without any of the garbage. They're all plant-based, non-synthetic, things that we can trust. Why is that important? Again, read the link about why you want to get rid of the synthetic stuff out of your house. Be the gatekeeper of your home. Keep your family happy, healthy, and safe with non-toxic garbage. Did you know that if you were pregnant with a girl, you are carrying your grandchildren inside of you because all of your eggs are formed when you're in utero. So whatever you put in and on your body affects not only you, not only your unborn child, but also your unborn grandchild. 3 generations of humans are affected by what you put in and on your body. Also, statistic, you can look it up. Babies are being born with over 200 toxic chemicals in their umbilical cord, and they haven't even been in the world yet. Why? Because we're being exposed to those things every day. Every day, statistically, women put thousands of chemicals on their bodies before they are even done having a shower. Toxic chemicals. Why? Because it's in our products, and we as consumers are not saying no because we're buying those products. Sorry. End of tangent. Back on track. So, why do people want plant-based products? Because they're tired of the toxic chemicals that are in our products. And that is where lemon comes in handy. Lemon has the ability to get in your cells and break down the petrochemicals that are stored in there. Have you heard of bioaccumulation or toxicity overload or toxic overload? Why are these things important when we're talking about lemon oil and petrochemicals? Well, petrochemicals are synthetic crap that gets stored in our cells because our body has absolutely no way of knowing how to flush them out. So lemon helps get all that out, gets the junk out. That's fantastic. Do you know what else is really great about lemon? Let's talk about bioaccumulation, if you don't know what that is. So bioaccumulation is like, think of your body as a cup. As we add more garbage, the cup gets fuller and fuller and fuller. And when the cup starts to overflow, it shows up in a lot of different ways. So some of those ways could be like skin problems. There's like rashes or eczema. It can show up like yeast in our body, an overgrowth of yeast. It can show up as inflammation. It can show up as so many things, brain fog, just stuff, okay? All of that stuff that we don't have an answer for. It could be not as simple as bioaccumulation, but very much leading up to that. So bioaccumulation, phlegm. Are you one of those phlegmy people? Like you just wake up and you have that ugh, or all day long you're phlegmy and you have no idea why? Bioaccumulation. So getting the crap out of our bodies. Lemon, or all the citrus oils actually, are really, really high in D-limonene. Do you know what D-limonene is? D-limonene is an amazing, amazing chemical. It is a chemical. Everything is a chemical. But it's a really, really amazing product or bioproduct of citrus oils. It actually is one of the main ingredients in antidepressants. Why? D-limonene makes your brain happy. It makes you happy. And it also does a lot of other really great things, but you can also Google D-limonene. If you put it on the base of the top of your spine, the base of your skull, put it there, let it drip down your spine, really amazing. It's a happy oil. It's like sunshine in a bottle. Sunshine makes everybody happy, right? Staying on topic, I swear I'm the worst at this. How do I know that the oils are working? Another really common question that I get asked. Here's the thing. There's a trick with oils. Let me tell you what it is. Less, more often. So 1 or 2 drops of oil every hour, every 2 hours is going to be better than 1 drop or 10 drops every morning, or 10 drops once every 3 days. Less, more often. Think about it this way. Going to the gym. If you go to the gym 1 hour a month, once a month, that's it. I go, well, I'm not really going to notice a huge difference. But if I go every day, or even if I go 3 times a week, or do a quick 20-minute workout a day, it's going to show in 30 days, right? It's going to show. So less oils, more often. Couple drops every few hours, or every hour. How do we know that they're working? Okay, really great question. So let's talk about acute and chronic. Acute would be something like a headache, something that you're going to notice a difference right away. Peppermint is a great oil for testing that. You have a headache, put a couple of drops of peppermint on your finger and put it way back on your temple, like way back. If you put it close to your eyes are going to start to burn because it's super strong. Smell it. Notice how it makes you feel. Put it on the back of your neck for tension. You're going to notice 15, maybe 20 minutes if it helps. If it doesn't help, because like we talked about, every body is different, pick a different oil. Another really great oil that can work for headaches is frankincense. Frankincense works great for headaches for some people and not for other people. So you put a drop of frankincense. A lot of people put it on the roof of their mouth, or put it on the back of your neck, put it on your third eye, put it on wherever your headache is, because headaches happen all over. If it's like the top of your head, put it there. Massage your skull with the frankincense, okay? If it's something that's going to be more like a chronic, like arthritis or chronic pain, give it 30 days. Think of that gym analysis again. 30 days, if you notice a difference, or if you don't. Even if you go to the doctor and they prescribe you medication, they're always say, wait 30 days, wait 90 days, see what happens, get back to me. Another really common question I get asked is it safe for kids? Can I use this on my kids? One of my kids started using oils when they were like 6 months old. The other one doesn't know life without oils because I was pregnant when I found Young Living. So, and they're like, what are they now, 7 and 8? So here's the thing that's really important to remember when we're talking about kids and oils. One, dilution. Dilution is really, really important for children, the elderly, anybody with sensitive skin, previous chemo patients, current chemo patients. Really important, dilution. We will talk dilution. I will put dilution chart in this group. How do you dilute? Any fat. Any fat is great. In a pinch, butter works. I love coconut oil. I love almond oil if you don't have a nut allergy. Jojoba oil works great. Olive oil if that's what you have. So there's lots and lots of different options for carrier oils or dilution oils. So how do we know what to use on our kids? Well, believe it or not, kids are super, super smart. I always just let them pick what they want. Like all of our oils are on a shelf. They get to pick and choose. They know now what hot oils are. I always supervised them when they were small. Now it's kind of like, grab your thing. For headaches, it's like peppermint. For fevers, peppermint. Peppermint works great for a fever. Put it on the bottoms of their feet. Where do I apply oils? Well, when you're first starting to use oils, the feet, or people that we've just previously mentioned with sensitive skin, the bottoms of your feet is really great to start. And plus the bottoms of our feet have the biggest pores. So it allows the oils to get in there. Like, have you ever done the onion trick? Like put onion or garlic on the bottom of your foot and then you taste it in your mouth, because it takes like 20 seconds for it to get to every cell in your body. Can they overdose on oils? Another really great question. So I have never in the last like 8-ish years ever in all of my research found anyone that is overdosed on essential oils. I get messages all the time like, my kid just licked the floor and I just finished cleaning it with thieves. Okay. Do you walk on your floor? Does your dog lick your floor? You're okay. Probably more so than not, it's boys licking the floor because boys are gross. But my kid just licked the cap of an oil. like an oil bottle, like licked it. They were playing with it in their mouths. Like my babies played with the oils all the time. They put them in their mouths. They probably don't taste the best, but we're also actually allowed to ingest these oils. Like it's dietary approved, a lot of them. They probably don't taste the greatest. I've never ever once read a study, seen a study, known anyone who's ever overdosed on essential oils. I am very grateful that in the middle of the night I can reach for an essential oil. If my kids come to me with a sore throat, or if they come to me with earache, I can grab my purification. I can put the purification down, put it down the sides of their necks, around their glands, around their ears, put it on their throat. Lemon also works amazing for sore throats. Put it on them. Bee stings, when we're playing outside, we carry purification like in our pocket because bee stings happen. We're bug collectors. Wasp stings, put a little dab on it. Deterrent of mosquitoes, I put it in my hand and pet our dogs. I spray the kids with purification before they go out. They have bracelets that they wear that purification goes in to just deter the mosquitoes from being around us. I spray purification like on our screen door of our trailer, on the screen door of our house to deter the mosquitoes. Also takes the itch out, so that's really great for mosquito bites. So purification is that. Okay, another question I get asked all the time is, what do I do for digestion? That's a really great question. So does anyone here have stomach issues? Comment below. Stomach issues. You eat pretty clean. You know it's going to make you not have the best of stomachs when you're at home, but you know, we all go out to eat. You have that delicious creamy pasta. You have that garlic bread. You have that extra glass of wine. You're out and about at the fair and you eat all the deep fried foods. Are you with me? Then you're in the bathroom trying to not make all that noise while your entire stomach and bowel content is emptying out. I know, real awesome, right? But I'm sure we've all been there. Are you a person that fluctuates between having chronic constipation or chronic diarrhea? You know what? Or both? Is that a problem that's ongoing for you? Digize, you guys. Digize, I know, it doesn't smell that great. I'm with you, so are my kids. It's not. And then some people love it. To each his own. I don't love the way it smells. The kids refer to this as the puke oil. Also works really great for nausea. You put a drop on your finger or two and rub it on your stomach. Ladies, it also is amazing for cramps. Cramps, it works great. It also, I have found, works really good because in the middle of the night it's dark and I forget to turn on the lights, or I don't want to turn on the lights and wake everybody up. Digize works great for coughs. So Digize for all things digestion. And if you put it on before you go out to eat, it also really, really helps keep everybody where it wants to be in your belly until you are in a much better place to empty the contents of your body out. Next up, pain. Speaking of awful stomachs, do you frequently get pain? Pain. So this is for like the more chronic pain kind of stuff. And or just regular pain. Do you have arthritis? Do you know anybody with arthritis? Do you have tennis elbow? Were you at the gym today? Are your muscles sore? My husband frequently, we call it shift shoulder. Like he doesn't drive big truck for a living, but to get to and from work with all of their equipment, he's got to drive a big truck. Plus he's a Saskatchewan born and raised human. So I'm pretty sure they just come out of the womb with a class 1 driving grain trucks. So purification is awesome. It's all things pain. Again, I would, speaking of the value of the kit, remember how you scoffed at me when I said the kit's like $200? This bottle of oil alone is $60. I know, amazing. How great is it that it comes in the starter kit for you to try? And each of these little bottles has anywhere from 100 to 200 drops of oil in it. And like I said, less more often, so you need 1 or 2 drops, and it works great. So why is Panaway one of Young Living's most popular oils? Well, because of everyone's success from it. Like, it smells amazing for one. It smells like root beer. So did you know that one of root beer's main ingredients was wintergreen, and that wintergreen was a really great anti-inflammatory and pain medicine? Do you ever wonder why your like A535, or this really kind of smells like my grandpa? It smells like that old heat. It was like in a brown bottle with a cap and a lid, with a big cotton ball on the end of it. So do you ever wonder why our stuff smells like root beer? Because now, because back in the day they used to just use wintergreen for everything that was painful. Now, synthetically made wintergreen smells the same because that's the smell that our brain remembers as something that helps our pain. I pair wintergreen a lot with copaiba. Oh, hey, are you a jaw clencher or a teeth grinder, or is your baby teething? Again, dilute, put on jawline, works awesome. Teeth grinders or TMJers, put it in your jaw hinge. Frankincense diluted also works amazing for gums when teething. Just a heads up, anyone out there pregnant, got babies coming. Also mix it with copaiba. Copaiba is not only an oil enhancer, but it is also a magnifier of oils. So it makes your oil do something more. So if it's a pain oil, it helps it kill the pain faster. And it also is a natural anti-inflammatory. So if you are in pain or you have, I put it on our abdomens, I put it on all of our like sore muscles. Fantastic. Copaiba. I have notes here to keep me on track because if you haven't noticed that I go off on a tangent, sometimes it's okay. So one of the hardest things that I found when I started using oils was to reach for the oils as opposed to reaching for something else, like a bottle of Advil or a bottle of Tylenol or a pain cream if I was in pain. Yeah. So one of the ways that I found that I actually started reaching for them was to keep them in sight. Don't hide them behind my medicine cabinet. Keep them where I could see them all of the time. You don't know what to do with your essential oils? Well, you know what? Young Living is actually a multi-level marketing company, which I find to be really fantastic because not only do you get to use the product for at a fraction of the cost because we're not in store, so there's no upsale. We get a whole online or in-person community where we can ask questions and be educated by people that have already walked in our footsteps, people that know, people that have stories about what they used when they were in pain or had a headache or what worked for them for other situations. So I really, really love that about us. This is a super awesome question that I get all the time. Like, hey, you talked about 11 oils and I didn't see any of the other stuff. Wait, we forgot an oil. Just wait. I can't believe that I forgot this oil. But hang on. We'll talk about that oil in a minute because now I'm on this. See this little satin tab? Pull it. Take it out. Look at there's stuff under there. So I get that question a lot, like, hey, I don't know where this other stuff is. So look under there. These little sachets are in there, these little packets of juice. They are a super high antioxidant juice. They help to fight free radicals. Now, why is that important? We talked about brain fog or mental clarity. So it's really, really important that we have free radicals in our body. Why? So think about how metal rusts, how it's exposed to the elements, and how over time, because of the moisture and the air content and the salt in the air and everything else, it starts to get little holes in it and rusts and breaks down. So our body does the same thing. Our brain does the same thing. At the age of 20, we start losing bone mass and start our brain regeneration cells starts to slow significantly. So it's really important that we feed our bodies really great nutrition. So this is an antioxidant puree, super high in minerals and really great food for our body, because sadly, our food isn't what it used to be back in the day. Just our soil isn't as nourished as it used to be, so our food isn't as nutritious as it once was. So it's important that we do supplement ourselves. So this is great. My kids drink this every day. I drink this every day. Super high in antioxidants to fight those free radicals, to help that old brain of ours, because we need our brain every day. Okay, back to lavender. Right? I can't believe I forgot lavender. Have you heard the term rest and digest? Why is it so important that we get a really great sleep? Well, because for a lot of reasons, but one, lavender can help us get good sleep. Do you ever notice that spas all smell, or like bath products all smell like lavender? Because it helps calm us. Again, remember how I said those really annoying coughs? Lavender is great for that. Put it on like your chest and it'll help calm you, calm those bronchioles so you're not so like dry, hacky cough. But lavender works amazing for helping us get that rest. Do you know what else is another amazing one? Do you find that you sleep better when you're out camping or like when you're in the mountains? Northern Lights black spruce. Canadians own Northern Lights black spruce, by the way. It is farmed right here in Fort Nelson, BC, which is great. So the rest and digest. When you sleep, your body heals. When your body heals, your inflammation goes down. You have better bowel movements. Like you wake up and take a bowel movement. It eliminates all the toxins from our body, not only mentally, but physical toxins. So get up, get to sleep, have a good sleep, get up, well rested, and our bodies just feel better. What was I going to say? There was something that I was like, oh, right. Northern Lights black spruce. Fort Nelson, BC. So all of our farms, another thing that sets Young Living apart and why I choose Young Living over other people. Are you a farm to table kind of person? I'm very much a farm to table kind of person. Young Living owns all of their farms all over the world. I have been to 5 different farms. I have harvested, I have planted, I have distilled, I have bottled oils, I have done all of the things. And you don't even have to be a Young Living member to go to these farms anywhere in the world. So they're all over the world for a number of reasons. One, because all of our plants are grown, harvested, and bottled in their natural growing environment. So like our frankincense is from Africa. Our Northern Lights black spruce trees grow in northern BC, so that's where we put a farm. So yeah, I love that about them. They're super transparent. You can just go there, and also really fun. Like go put a whole bunch of trees in a wood chipper, then take them, stamp them all down in the distiller like you're smashing grapes in a wine barrel, but it's trees. You're stomping on trees. It smells so good. Then you watch it distill and you get the oil, and then you get to pour it in a bottle, put a lid on it, and bring it home. Awesome, right? I thought so. So that's kind of it. Those are the 11 oils. And then it also comes with hand sanitizer, which I love because it is super gentle on your hands. It smells really great, and it's not full of the toxic crap that's in a lot of our other hand sanitizers. So I want to thank you for joining us today. I really want to keep this about 30 minutes long. I know that your time is valuable to you as mine is valuable to me. Thank you for joining us. If you want to reach out to whoever invited you or want to reach out to me, that's totally fantastic. I just want to get everybody the knowledge out there. If today's not the day that you want to have oils, that's totally fine. To each his own. I am happy that you joined us to learn. And in 6 months or a year or a week or 3 years from now, and you remember that, like, hey, that weird girl that one time to this thing that my friend invited me to, I should ask her about something. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. So I hope you guys had a really great day. I hope you guys go do something that fills you up with joy. And thanks for joining. Bye.